2015 was another great year for Campagnolo Gran Fondo, New York, America's premier mass participation cycling race. On Sunday, May 17th, thousands of cyclists from around the world lined up to take on the unrelenting 100-mile course. It was the 5th edition of the race, but this year marked the inaugural GFNY Championship, a competitive World Series of GFNY events that culminated here in New York City. Riders who finished in the top 10% of their age group in New York City last year or at any of the GFNY World events qualified for a spot in the first corral at the GFNY Championship, a huge advantage for those looking to get out to a fast start. At the starting line on the George Washington Bridge, the elite riders lined up along with VIPs such as New York Giants legend Amani Toomer.
100 miles, no problem.
Oscar was the champion.
And for the second year in a row, Olympic cycling silver medalist Nelson Vales. After a foggy morning, the weather rapidly improved, setting the stage for a slew of all-star performances. Some racers had their eyes set on the podium, but most were out to challenge themselves and push their own personal limits.
I'm ready to rock Gran Fondo, New York. I love it. We're on top of the GWB and we're ready to rock 100 miles through beautiful New York State.
4, 3, 2, 1.
At the gun, the riders rocketed off the line, crossing into Fort Lee in a massive peloton. But soon the rolling climbs blew the pack apart. By the top of Alpine Hill, only 5 main contenders remained. The Colombians, Oscar Tovar and Raul Alexander Montaña, top New York area riders, Michael Margrit and Gabriel Epstein, plus Timo Krieger, the German machine. On the long ascent to the top of Bear Mountain, Tovar launched an impressive attack. And despite Krieger's best efforts to stay with him, Tovar left Krieger gasping. But just when you thought it was all over, the chase group organized itself and worked together to reel Tovar back in. The hot pace was too much for Epstein, though, and the group of 5 became 4. Benefiting from the chase was Raul Montaña, who sat comfortably on the back of the pace line, content to let the others do the lion's share of the work. To protect his countryman, he refused to work with Krieger and Margrit. But when Tovar was finally caught, Montaña launched his own counterattack, time trialing away from the group at speeds approaching 33 miles per hour. Positions were reversed, and now Tovar sat at the back of the chase group, rebuilding his strength, while Krieger and Margrit once again were forced to hunt down a flying Colombian. With only 10 miles to go in the race, Montaña was caught, and it was once again a 4-man battle. But Tovar, having had a chance to recover, was now ready to go. With 5 miles left, he unleashed a blistering attack that broke his opponents for good. Oscar Tovar won in a time of 4:14:24, with Raul Alexander Montaña in second and Timo Krieger in third. Mike Margrit finished just off the podium in 4th. In the women's race, Camila Cortez again proclaimed Colombian dominance with her second GFNY win, blowing away the competition by 20 minutes in 4:38:33. Second place went to Andrea Myers of Connecticut, and third place to Yamile Lugo from, you guessed it, Viva Colombia!
Well done, sir!
After all those tough miles, riders enjoyed great music, food, and drink at the GFNY Finish Village in Fort Lee, New Jersey. At the award ceremony, the overall winners received brand new pro-level DeRosa bicycles with Campagnolo components. and all the men's and women's champions celebrated with a little bubbly. But regardless of where they placed, all the finishers got to be a pro for the day.
For Campagnolo, Gran, Fondo, New York, I'm Whit Raymond. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the start line in 2016.